The YouTube app on the iPad is so annoying sometimes. It's like, yes, I'm live. Wait a second, which... I went live to the right channel, right? Let's see. Yeah, we're live in the right channel. Perfect, all right. Hey, Lockjaw Jones is here first. What's up, Lockjaw Jones? Let's zoom out a little bit. All right, good. Making sure I didn't go live to the other Cardconomist channel. We got 2 Cardconomist channels. You guys know that, right? All right, so I think that's the February submission. I'm not 100% sure. We got to find out and announce in the channel that it's back. So February. Got to be the February one, right? Yeah, I believe it is. All right, what are we looking for in here? So Chris Abruzzo with English Eevee, 167. Dark Charizard, Zapdos XY Evolutions, Houndour, Mew XY, Halo Upper Deck, Playboy Trump, Alt Art, Rayquaza, Umbreon Master Ball, Jolteon Prismatic, Terrapagos, Alt Prismatic, Topps Charizard Non-Holo, Moltres Zapdos Articuno, Trump Playboy twice. We got some Tammy Gem cards. Let's see, Lily Clefairy, Iona Bellybolt, Hopsation, Teresa McHaney with Ancient, where'd she go? Ancient Mew, Latios. All right. We know what to keep an eye out for now. And we better ping, let's see. Let's jump back. Oh, right, I have to put the actual stream together. Duh. Let's start there. Let's put the stream together, guys. Got the Discord ping. Hit save. All right. Let me grab this. Let me grab this. And for the title, we're going to say large PSA return, the group February submission. Live card shop. Okay. It's a big one. I actually just got grades revealed to me as well. Go over here, returns. Add here. PSA February submission has returned. Oops, edit message. There we go. So I just got more grades revealed to me by PSA. PSA, the harshest grader ever, man. They are basically like BGS, and so I will be grading considerably less with PSA, lots less, because it doesn't make sense to grade with them if their grading is harsh as BGS, but with no pristine and no perfect grade. They need a pristine and perfect grade, and then I'll be interested again. PSA's grades are just as harsh as BGS now. In my opinion, they grade very, very harsh, and with no benefit, because you don't have a chance for pristine. So those are my thoughts on that. Back over here. So there is an Iona's Bellybolt SAR. This is a UR, so I don't think that's yours. I'm going to start, as usual, with trying to sort out what's mine and what's yours. Okay, these are definitely mine. I don't want to reveal the cards that are mine. I want it to be a surprise. Let me get these tag slabs back over here, maybe. Okay. Are these tagged too? No, but this is going to cause a big avalanche. Oh, wait, this is tagged. I'm clearing space for my slabs now. We're going to start stacking those. I stack them on the floor. Because there's that many. More slabs. More slabs. We need more. I need so many slabs that I'm forced to start listing them on eBay, because that's my next move. Here's a Jasmine 10. I believe that one's mine. Detective Pikachu, Garchomp Giratina, Dedenne. Here's a nice poker card. Here's a Hopstation. That, I believe, is yours. This is yours. Captain Pikachu. I believe those are yours. Okay. And then here's an Iona Bellybolt. That's a Japanese one. Graded 10. Here's the 167 Eevee. That's definitely your guys'. Zapdos was your guys'. Here's somebody got a Jolteon 10. Dark Charizard. There's the 3 birds. Here's a signature. Okay, I believe those are mine. I believe these signatures are mine. Mine? Mine? You could be smarter and just list it on a website of yours. That's true. We do have that sort of. We've got the Discord server. We list our items for sale over there. Now, here is our Houndour. Ooh. Is that one of your guys' or is that mine? I don't remember reading a Houndour on the list. Let's read the list again. So, English Eevee, Dark Charizard, Zapdos, Houndour, Colton Penders, perfect. Mew XY, Halo Upper Deck, Playboy Trump, Altart Ray Ray, Umbreon Master Ball, Jolteon Prismatic Alt, Terra Pegasus, Tops Charizard Non-Hollow, Moltres Zapdos Articuno, Trump Playboy, Gem Captain Pikachu, Gem Quaxley, Lily Clefairy, Iona Bellybolt SAR, Hopstation SAR, Ancient Mew, Latios. Okay. Seems like a lot of your guys' cards are in this pile right here, actually. There are the 2 Playboy Trumps. This is definitely one of mine. The poker cards are always mine. So with PSA, I'll probably be sending... ooh, look at this. The Gundam cards are coming back. 1989 Gundam, everybody. All right. Very fun. Let's see. Some Pikachus. A couple Captain Pikachus. Those actually might be mine. Those might be plain hollows. I don't think Tammy graded these. I think these might all be mine. Okay. Are you firm on the Electivire level X10 from Prices Slabs? I am firm. That's $1,800 for that card. If you want to know how much I paid about $1,200 for it. I paid that price maybe about 2 years ago. This was before the big price increase that we experienced in January, February. Not only that, but it's an extremely rare card. So it's very hard to know what his price should be anyways, because there's not a lot of them selling ever. So if you're really interested in it, you got to pony up some money for a very good card. And that's why he's in my inventories, because I feel that way about him. If I thought he was a crappy card, then I wouldn't have bought him. All Level X cards are very impressive. I hold a good chunk of Level X cards because I think they're very impressive. All right, let's see. He's a good one, and I know that there's somewhere out there, there's a collector for him that's interested. I believe this is Tammy's. Yeah, well, shucks. Are you, let's see, we had a gentleman who tried to buy it. Are you George? George tried to buy it for $800 because I accidentally covered up the one like an idiot, dude. Covered up the one like an idiot. So that's my fault. I apologize. If that's you, Mr. Coach, I apologize for that. It was a clumsy mistake, and yeah, it's just really stupid of me. But 18 makes a lot more sense on him anyways. I mean, go look at the other level X cards. They're also very expensive. So I would have jumped at it at 800 too. I'd have been like, yikes, this card's way underpriced. We are. So it makes sense that you would have seen it and gone, all right, I'll just buy that right now outright. Okay, let's see what we got over here. All right, so these are mine. Here's a Dark Machoke. Okay, those all appear to be mine. He is George. Nice to meet you, George. I'm sorry about that confusion. I feel super guilty about it. What the hell? Oh. All right, let's see. Move this over here. I picked up one of my... You have other 10s. We always have a lot of 10s. So you can always... This channel in particular, I have a slab inventory that would blow your socks off. The problem is I can't always show it all off at once. It's very hard to do that. But if you spend a little time over here, you'll run into it from time to time. For example, I think on the table right now, we have a really good Shining Celebi. And it can be hard for me to keep up with demand. There's so much demand. Oh, way to go. There is a Shining Celebi. Might have been pushed over to another pile. We have a huge inventory. But, you know, they're all priced in a similar fashion, right? Like, I like to do cheapest buy now prices very often. And the manner in which I price the Electivire would probably be the same manner I'll price any of these. Here's a nice... so there's a vintage Holland Phantoms for sale. He's just $200. All right, here's an EX Deoxys for $400. That one's nice. By the way, do you know we offer a service called Slab Away where you can pay a slab down over 6 months? So when you sent in for the Electivire, I thought that's what you were doing. I thought you were paying for the Electivire to begin a slab away, a 6-month slab away. That's what I thought you were doing. So you can pay him down over 6 months. It's just a $20 fee to do that. You would put him into slab away for... I tell you what, since there was a mistake, a confusion between me and you, that was my fault, a clumsiness, where I hid the one, I would give you slab away for free. So you can put $800 on him, or $809, and then you get 6 months to pay him down, and there's no fee for that if you'd like. So that's an option. But yeah, we have a lot of... I'll find that Celebi in a minute, but we got all these slabs in the way. I gotta show this to Karis, guys. I gotta show this one to Karis. Look at this card. I can't believe I got 10s on these. What are these even worth? I got no clue. These are hard to grade, I'm sure. These are from 1989 and they're holographic. Look at this. He looks so cute. 1989 Gundam. It's a little blooper 10. We were just opening Panini Mario. Those Gundam cards are awesome. I know they're awesome. I'm very impressed. I'm very lucky I got 10s on those. I'm very satisfied with that. I paid a lot of money for these. Step away from the Whooper. What? You like the Whooper? We got some more gem Pokemon coming from China. Here's a little Yoshi 8. Oh. We got more coming from China. It's going to be Series 2, which focuses on the Evolutions. So that set should be fairly popular. Here's Mew. Here's Yoshi Egg. Ah, that's one of your guys's. Ah, here we go. Umbreon, that's yours. Quaxley is yours. All right. Wow, I love the detailing on this is insane, man. Hell no, I'll take the Zakus. I don't know what a Zakus is. Is that a Gundam? I'll be a buyer at like 1,400. I apologize. I just definitely cannot do 1,400. I'll do 1,750 because I made a mistake on it. But I'm pretty firm on 18. If you don't buy it, I guarantee you another guy will come buy it. There's a lot of money in Pokemon right now, and that card will sell. In fact, probably one of the only reasons that it hasn't already sold is because so few people know I have that in my inventory. You can't even find one on eBay. So it's like one of those cards where it's like, you know, when are you even going to see it again? And it's super, super low pop, and it's a level X. So, you know, for me, I've got so many slabs, it's no hair off my chin to just put it right back in the inventory. And he can sit there for 10 years, 20 years, I don't care. Because he's a card that goes up in price every time, and there's just how many more you think are going to get pulled? How many boxes of platinum are going to get opened? You're going to find like 20 more of them, and they're all going to grade 10? Hell no. That card's done. The population is in on that card. It's probably way underpriced. And so with a card like that, I'll just sit on it and sit on it and sit on it. And I have so much money at this point from all these cards, it makes no difference. It's like a drop of money at this point. I'm not saying like I'm rich, but I'm saying that I got all these slabs and they turn into money. And so if I ever need $1,800, I'll just sell something else. So he's a kind of card, like I don't have a ton of cash just laying around, but he's a type of card where I can just sell this guy right here all day long. This Kingdra, which you can find him around every corner. He's all over the place. This Lantern, I got a lot of lanterns to sell you guys. That level X Electivire, there's like 25 of them, and that's it in the world. So he's the kind of card I just sit on and sit on and sit on. And I think that 18 is very fair. But I covered up that number, and I apologize. So your expectations are slanted on him. But he's an $1,800 card for sure, and he'll sell for that much. When I find a buyer, he'll sell for that much because I've sold a lot of these big end cards, and they sell for that much. But I'll do $1,750. That's $50 off. Plus, you don't pay any eBay taxes with me. Have you considered that? Some people pay like 9% taxes on eBay. Not everybody. Some people pay like 4, 5, 6, 7. But some people pay like almost 9% taxes on eBay. And with me, there's no taxes. You don't pay any of those taxes. So you're already saving like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9% taxes when you buy it here. So that's already a huge advantage. And again, it just comes down to a matter of it's very hard to find that card at all. If you can even find it. We are. I don't know if you're an Electivire collector. Oh, Jigglypuff. I don't know if you're an Electivire. Whoa, is that mine or is that someone else's? Did I open up a Master Chief for myself? I don't think I remember somebody having a Master Chief. I think this is for me. Wow, that's cool as hell, dude. Oh. Anyways. No other level X's. I do have a couple more, but they're just not priced. They're not really for sale. They would be priced very similar to him. Like I have Dialga. I have a couple Charizards, actually. But those are all just being held. Let's see. Wow, this return had some nasty stuff in it, man. Some cool stuff. We got a Mischievous 10. That's pretty good. Didn't I regrade this one? I can't remember. Is this one regraded? I feel like that one's regraded. Dedenne, Birthday Pikachu. Shanks Altart from One Piece OP9. Shanks Altart. Any cool Gengars? People always want Gengar. I did discover a Gengar that I hadn't sold yet. Let me show you that Gengar real fast. This is not from a PSA return recently. Here it is. 2020 Sword and Shield Gengar. Great. He's a good one. Cute Mischievous. Here's Giovanni Magikarp 10. That's going to be like over 100. Where did I even get this? Unigaba? I don't know. I got that. Here's Eevee. Blissey. I don't sell those. Must have bought it at some point. That's sad, but it's expected. PSA back to handing out the ED10s. They are not. They are not. These are just very, very good cards. They are not back to handing out 10s. I just got my PSA grades revealed to me for my latest submission. All my cards, almost no 10s, all 9s, all 8s. Absolutely and horribly vicious. This submission in particular just happens to have a lot of good cards in it. Oh, here it is, more of this Gundam. Love the Gundam, man. All right, so this was the secret reveal I had for you guys in this submission. I've got Poker Lilies. Poker Lilies now. One of these I have to go up in the waifu shuffle. What happens to all of your collection if you were to pass away? Goes to you guys. I don't know. Karis gets it, maybe? Okay. I think I had 4 or 5 in this submission. Free Palestine free. What? Okay, Squirtle. I got 9. I might crack that one and just try again. Who knows? Oh god, that little card is going to be expensive in Japan. I think it's not terribly inexpensive. I kind of wish I'd sent it to BGS. All right, some Rocket Returns. Look at that. Holy, that's holographic. So this is a really good one. Mr. George, take a look at this one. This is Dark Tyranitar Rocket Returns Holo 10. Just came back. That might be around $800. Beautiful card. And that'll be a rare card, right? You want a rare card is what you want, Mr. George. Here's a Scyther Prism. Same deal. This one might be around 500. This one just came back. Some cards are truly rare. Some cards are more like you collect them. They're not really rare, but you like them a lot, so you collect them. But some cards are truly rare. And when you buy them, my advice is never sell them again. Ah, man. Rough grade. Ooh, look at that Leafeon. Coughing. Here's an Electabuzz. You want Electabuzz, Mr. George? Check that one out. So that's Carddass Electabuzz. If you like Electabuzz, I don't know if you're an Electivire collector or if you're more like a level X collector. You might be a level X collector because you're asking about any level X's. They are. The problem is these slabs are hiding in some of our boxes now. Some of our... Look at that. Promethean Knight. Wow. So I must have opened a pack of the Halo for myself. There it is. Here's Zapdos. This was... Oh, this might be somebody's. Hold on. Let me place this over here. That might be one of yours. Okay, we got Slugmaballs. Here's a nice Magneton, Carddass. Wow, I love getting these Carddass back as 10. They're really hard to get 10s on, so... Here's a Magcargo. Lovely. I had a Halo card submitted. Interested to see. You had one in... Okay, hold on. So that gives me some info. What did you have submitted? Halo Upper Deck Master Chief Transparent. Oh, so that's over here somewhere. Shoot. I'm glad you mentioned that. Where'd I put him? Oh, no. He's in one of these damn piles. God, that sucks. Now I gotta find him. Okay, I'm looking. We're 18 minutes in. Not too much time wasted yet. We gotta find that fast. All right. He got a 10, by the way. Lucky you. There he is. I found him. Very nice. Anything else? Let's see. All right. I think we're good. I think we're going to start giving people's cards to them now. This was a group submission, so it contains some of your cards and some of my cards. A lot of my cards. I always send out a big amount. All right. By the way, if you need me to, I can sell these cards for you right here on the table. We take a 70% cut. That's not bad when you consider you don't have to do any of the work. I do all that work for you. And we sell at the buy it now price, not at the auction price. All right. Whew. Those Carddass seem pinched. I'll take a closer look at them in a minute. All right. Did you grade any of the Gladion poker cards? Gladion? What's a Gladion? Icy Lilies. So we got these really interesting Gundam cards back. I'm going to give these to my wife real fast. She really likes Gundam. She's like a huge fan of it. So I'm going to hand these off to my wife to look at. She was like, "Oh, sick." What a freaking nerd, bro. All right. Gladion is Lily's brother. Oh. All right. Whew. Mister gets 70%. No, that's not true. You get 70%. If you keep it as store credit, I'll do 73. How's that? 73? That's not bad. Here's, all right. So, Chris Abruzzo is first with English EV. If you want to be cashed out, it'll be 70, okay? If you want to do store credit, it'll be 73. It'll be a sweeter cut. I've sort of learned there's actually a pretty big demand for commission sales. Here it is. Oh, the EV. All right. And so I give preferential treatment to people who want to use it as store credit. For cards that just came in, here it is, the EV. Chris Abruzzo. He also has Dark Charizard First Edition. Let's put these down like this. You said you keep 70%. Did I say that? No, I do not keep 70. I'm so sorry. I probably just tripping over my words. You keep 70% in cash, or if you just want store credit, I'll do 73. Just let me know if you're a store credit. Here it is. My bad. Very confusing. You keep 73% of it in store credit or 70% in cash. So, Zapdos XY Evolution. Let's find that. I saw the Zapdos. Where'd he go? Shoot, I didn't put him down in my pile, did I? Oh my gosh, I'm going to shoot my own head off. Here it is. Houndour. Okay, let's find this Houndour. What if I bought the Level X Electivire, a Dialga, and a Charizard? Okay, so you're looking for Level X cards in general, it sounds like. Why don't I get you a price on those? Because, I mean, I'm trying to save up money to move to a new home most recently. And, you know, when people do that, sometimes they give up cards they wouldn't normally sell. All right. Oh, wait a second. This was Chris Abruzzo. Chris Abruzzo only had the Dark Charizard and the Eevee. All right. My bad. I was getting the next guy's cards. Here they are. He went from 75 to 73 to 70% now. Well, I think originally it was 60, wasn't it? Yeah, originally I was doing commission for 60. And then I was just trying to offer one or two people a little bit of help. And I think I did a special price for them to help them out just because I'm trying to be cool. But, you know, ever since I mentioned we do commission sales, I got this like horde of people asking for it at 73. And so I'm doing it slightly different. It's 73% store credit, 70% cash. Really not a big change. Here it is. But it helps me pick between people who want to do store credit and people who want to do cash. That's all. Because there is a difference. Some people just want to do it for store credit, and I like them better for obvious reasons. All right, so here's Chris Abruzzo. All right, Chris, a 9 and an 8. Ouch. Keep it going. He's losing his mind. Ready for the old folks home? Early signs of dementia, TCC. I'm as sharp as a cookie. What are you talking about? Let me slab away Rayquaza. That's not mine. All right. Colton Pinder, Zapdos. I hate this song. I'm skipping it. All right. Well, what the hell? I have like a million emails. So, We got Colton Pinder and Colton Pinder, who had the Mew, and he had the Houndour. So where's the Houndour? He must have mailed these in or something, right? There's the Houndour at the very bottom. All right, Colton Pinder. He also had the Halo Upper Deck Master Chief Transparent. Okay, he's at the bottom here. Yeah, this transparent. That card got a 10. How cool is that? So this is from our Upper Deck Master Chief cards, Halo cards. Look at that active camo. Wow, super cool. From the original Halo Combat Evolved. Wow, that's so neat. I can just stare at it for a little while. All right, Colton Pinder. How about these other cards, though? So that got a 9, that got an 8, and this got a 9. Harsh. Just harsh. All right. So are you going to refund the Electivire? I was just checking in with you to make sure that that's what you wanted, a refund. There is actually a 3%. It's actually 3.5% PayPal fee. So just in the off chance that you wanted to do slab away or something like that, I wanted to make sure before I hit that refund button, because I'm going to take a loss after I refund it. So, and I'll take the loss. You won't have to take it. I'll lose the 3.5% on my side. But I just wanted to check in, make sure I couldn't entice you with something else first. Or maybe find out if you're still interested at 1.8. And if you'd like the refund, you just mention that, and we'll get it taken care of. Here it is, Colton Pinder. Yeah, I won't hold your money. You'll get it all back. Just had to double check. Here's Colton Pinder. Are they all PSA 10s? They're all PSA 10s. That's right. I can show you in a minute. You can see I'm helping these guys out with their PSA return, and then I'll grab those cards. I know where the Charizard's at. I don't actually know where the Dialga's at, but I know he exists. Dialga 10. I have 2 of those. I have 2 of the Charizards. I believe I have 2 of the Electivires as well. There goes, never mind, seeing the Rayquaza's not in English. Wow, he's racist. David Morey's Playboy Trump. Now, there were 2 Playboy Trumps submitted for you guys, and David Morey's has the one with the earlier certification number. Let's set this here. So you got the 7, and the other guy got the 8. If you can work a bit if I bought it all. No, there's no discount at all on those. I can get you the refund. Just let me know if you want the refund. There's no discount at all on those. Those would be sold at the cheapest buy now price on eBay. Those are items that are very highly sought after and very rare. I could do, I can negotiate a price on like a valueless card. Those are like the apex cards in the hobby. Those are exactly what you should go for. You know that. I know that. Those are the cards you have to pay a premium for. And they could still be there a month from now if you change your mind. So feel free to change your mind. But I'll get you the refund instead. There's no discount on those cards at all. I can do $17.50. You gotta let me know right now. I can do $17.50 on the Electivire, okay? But I'm setting you up with the refund. Those cards are not for discount. It makes no sense. You don't discount the very best cards in the hobby. You discount the cards you're getting rid of. You don't discount the very best cards. That makes sense, right? But those, you won't find those on eBay. They're too rare. And the ones you do find on eBay are going up on eBay. I would know this. I've been tracking it for 2 years. All right. But I apologize for that. It's just how it is. I buy a lot of high-end cards, too. Let me show you. I buy high-end cards, too. They aren't listed. I don't know what you're asking for the rest of them. So I buy a lot of high-end cards, too. But let me tell you something. When I buy these aren't on sale. I don't get discounts on any of these. These are all at the very highest premium in the market. The market puts a premium on all of those. And you're lucky to buy them at the premium, because 1 year later, you get to pay more for them. 1 year later, you get to pay more for them. So that's something you got to decide on, because that's how they work. They go up over time. All right, I'm going to get you a refund on it, and we can still negotiate. I've got it, so you know that I've got the cards that you might be interested in having. If you have a lot of trouble finding it on eBay, let me know. But it's got to be at the right price, okay? All right, there you go, Mr. George. I think part of the listing on eBay is because the seller wants to cover the 13% loss. I do the same price as the eBay price, and that's it. Here's what you actually save money if you buy it at the cheapest buy now price with me, because I don't charge you taxes. eBay will charge you taxes. But yeah, I'm not looking to get rid of those cards. Those are holds. We are. I'll get rid of my house before I get rid of my cards. All right, let's get sleeves for these. That's why I like Durant slabs. They stay the same price. That's why they're so good. Funny, dude. All right. Okay, we're going to grab this. Ta-da! And we'll grab this one. Those are very, very good cards. And there's a premium on the price, not a discount. It's the other way around. Premium, not a discount. Are you ready? Okay. And we'll grab this. I've been holding those cards for a long time, and I'm happy to just keep holding them because they just keep going up. So what's the problem? Let's see. David Moraes. So, David, this is the earlier one. This one's yours. Sorry, David. Okay. Quaxley got a 9. I'm sorry. And the other guy who got the Playboy, Poppy Churro with the Playboy. This is a vintage Playboy Trump. All right, you got it, man. My Jolteon arrived. Woo, here they are. Very nice. Okay. So we got Hamnet, Nicholas Ray, Altart, Rayquaza. Rayquaza. Let's see. There he is. Haha. Look at that, man. He got a 10 on his Korean Rayquaza. Beautiful card. Very nice. You don't have a price for the Dialga or Charizards? No worry then? Yeah, that's correct. There's no price for them because they weren't originally planned to sell. The only one that was planned to sell was the Electivire. If you wanted to work out a deal with me where you're buying the Electivire for $1,800, we could get a price for the Dialga and Charizard too. I would just need... I mean, look at me. I'm live and I'm helping these guys. So I got to do this first. It's just how it is. And so, you know, you can't rush me in the middle of this. I got to take care of these guys. And we could find a price for those two cards. It just takes a little minute. I don't even know where the Dialga went. I have such a hoard of cards at this point. I'd have to go find them. It takes a while. And then we'd get a price for those two as well. But let me tell you how the price would work, okay? In case you're not interested. I would just go find the cheapest buy now price on eBay, and that's the price. So you can take a pretty good stab or guess at what their prices are going to be just by researching eBay a little bit. And you already know the Electivire is 18. Here's Hamnet Nicholas Ree. Think of it like this. No one's in a rush to get rid of their cards that go up in price the most. That's exactly how it works. No one's in a rush to get rid of the cards that are going way up in price. And those Level X cards are doing that. And so you could buy it. But it's like you got to pay, you know, enough price that the seller wants to give it up. And most sellers are not sweating to get rid of their Pop 30 Level X cards. You know what I'm saying? What is the Electivire? I probably wrote it down. Yeah, look at this guy. Pop 22. I'm not sweating to get rid of this. He's a really lovely card, and he'll just continue rising in price over time. We are. All right. So now we have Jonathan Lewandowski, Jolteon Prismatic Alt. Ooh, very nice. That thing goes up in value more than my stocks and more than my real estate. We are. Pokemon beats real estate. Pokemon beats gold. It beats the stock market, at least up till now. We'll see what happens. Maybe it falls, and then I'll go, darn it, I should have sold to that guy. I have a feeling it won't work that way, though. 1.8 is not even expensive. Wait till it gets to like 4,000, and then people will start getting tears in their eyes when they buy it. They'll be like, oh, that hurts. But the 1.8 is not that much money for a high-end card like that. Gets way worse than that. Here we are. Mr. said horde. There's always two, a master and an apprentice. What are you talking about? Okay, that's the Jolteon Prismatic Alt. Got a 10 for Jonathan Lewandowski. Lorenzo Shrub has the Terrapagos. Let's see, Terrapagos. You must know all this stuff, you know, because you're trying to buy exactly the right card. So you must know how the hobby's been working and how prices have fluctuated and all that. You're aware of all these things. I'm preaching to the choir, probably. We are. All right. You might be out there looking for a deal, but I got to tell you, it gets harder and harder to find deals the more rare a card becomes, and that's just the nature of it. But like I said, I paid $1,200 for it. I'm asking $1,800, and I've held it for 2 years. I haven't seen one for sale in a long time. Maybe there has been one. I just haven't seen it. But I'm asking 18, and it's been 2 years, and I bought mine before the big price increase on all the cards. So a lot of cards have gone way up in price over time since January of 2025. So I think 18 is just about right. Here's Lorenzo. There you go, Mr. Lorenzo. I think I have one of the Dialgas in slab away. There you go. One of the Dialgas is already taken, in fact. Here's Matthew. Topps Charizard. Let's see. Ooh. Ta-da! I have about 20 level X10s. Nice. So you're very proud and you collect a lot of the level X10s. And you probably feel like maybe you created some of the demand in the market for them too, which I totally get that. But, you know, that's just how it is. If you were to buy it at a high-end price, you tell people, hey, these cards are going up in price. But you probably remember them when they were cheaper, and so you still kind of wish that they were at that price. But, yeah, it's just, you know, you and me and other guys, we're all buying them up, and they're just going boop, boop, boop. It's just a matter of who feels like they're ready to pay the new high price. Actually, I bought this one this year. Let me show you. I bought this one this year, and I wanted to buy it like last year at a lower price. Here it is. Last year, I wanted to buy this at $12,000, and I was like fighting with the guy around. I'm like, that's $12,000. He wanted like 16 or something like that, right? And I was like, that's not 16, that's 12. And he wouldn't budge. And wouldn't you know it, a year later, I'm forced to buy it at 19,000. Yep. So I should have bought it at 12, but I was an idiot. So I didn't do it, and I should have done it. I'm sorry, I should have bought it at 16. If I bought it at 16, I'd have gotten it $3,000 cheaper. So this is for our good friend, Matthew Bigos. So when I'm sure I want a card, I just save up and buy it, and I don't ask too many questions. Of course, I keep an eye for it in auction, but some of those best cards, they don't really pop up in auction, and when they do, sometimes the auction price goes all the way up to the buy now price or past it if they really like the certification or like the swirl or something. Now, I believe this is Tammy, right? Now, wait a second. We're not doing Tammy yet. We just took care of Lorenzo. How about Irshad Muhammad? He's got this beautiful Master Ball Umbreon. Irshad Muhammad. All right, look at that. Very nice. Okay. Any Topps Foil PSA 10 for sale? Topps Foil PSA 10. Yeah, we've got some Topps. Iona so kawaii. Look at that. Beautiful Master Ball 10. Okay, you're probably doing very well if you're sitting on 20 of those. There we go. Ta-da! Okay. Now we have Team Rocket Grunt with the Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno. Team Rocket Grunt, is this your card? Or is this your card? 422. It must be this one, huh? The Hidden Fates one, correct? Let me see. What was the card before you? The card before you would have been Topps Charizard. So he was... Oops. So Topps Charizard was 362. This is yours. All right. The one on the left. Oh, slab return time. Okay. I don't know where this one came from. All right. Got a nice 10. Lovely. Last sale on the Electivire, 500 in June. Definitely wishing I could still pick them up at that price. Oh, I feel you, man. I feel you. Yeah, I experienced the same thing. And all the cards are like at this new unbelievable price. And it's hard to tell, do you just keep buying them at that price? Or do you just kind of back off and see if the market falls back down? I think it's sort of like a cat's out of the bag situation. See, because what happened is after Logan Paul, everyone called the big price increase in Pokemon a Black Swan event. They're like, oh, it only went up because it was a Black Swan event. No. There's an underlying fundamental demand for them because of social media ad revenue you get for holding cards, because of the lucrative business of buying and selling cards, and because, you know, people really figured out card grading. So there was this undercurrent of demand. And so there was a lot of panic in the market after the spike from Logan Paul. People sold out of their stuff. Scarlet Violet came out. The new Pokemon didn't do super well. The early boxes were pretty boring. And everyone's like, Pokemon's crashing. It wasn't an investment. It's a joke. Don't buy this stuff. I didn't believe that. I thought Pokemon would still be like the sports cards and just keep going up in the long run. So I just kept hoarding and kept adding new ones to the collection. And now 2025, everyone's gone, of course, Pokemon, duh. Pokemon's such a great investment, everybody. You should be buying and holding. So all the prices have flipped back and skyrocketed. And so where are we now? If the prices fall again, I don't think as many people will be shaken out. So people who are financially unstable, they'll be shaken out. But people who realize what Pokemon can do in price, those guys will keep holding on. So the next time the market goes down into sort of like a bear market, it won't fall as far this time. And then there'll be a big scoop up of the slabs by guys like me who are even more confident than before. And then prices will just keep going up. So I think this is kind of just it now. You and I basically were buying in a time period that was very lucky. And now, you know, that time period's over and everything's just going to be a little more expensive. Probably grow in price a little slower too. So here's Gem Pikachu. You won't see this big explosion again. Quaxley. Lily's Clefairy. There we go. It's a price discovery moment. We had a price discovery moment this year. Iona Bellybolt. Lovely Iona Bellybolt, man. That's great. Okay. And Hops Zacian, also getting a 10. That's Tammy's round. Wow, what a round, Tammy. The only one that missed was the Quaxley, huh? But this Captain Pikachu is a really nice card. It's an exclusive Chinese card. It comes out of Gem Pokemon, which, by the way, we have this on the menu. So you can go to try and pull one for yourself. But yeah, these are all really lovely. Shows you how nice Heat Wave and Battle Partners are. Actually, these are just Battle Partners, I think. All right, I'm buying Rebel Clash boxes. They're going to go up. Yeah. All right, there we go. How much store credit for it? Last sold $99. I can list it for sale for you. Would you like me to do that? If you're using it as store credit, I do a 73% cut for you. You take 73% of it. And it sells at the buy it now price. I think that one might sell too. Here it is. If you guys want to do that, you need to contact me on Discord with an offer to do that, okay? We are. I don't like negotiating the price into this in the live chat. All right, let's all buy Steam Siege and make the boxes $1,000. Yeah, let's do it. Artificial demand. Tammy Lowe. That's market manipulation. These guys are scalpers. Miss Tammy. Oops. Miss Tammy. Miss Tammy. Miss Tammy. All right. Lovely. Now, finally, last but not least, we have lovely Teresa McCaney. She got her Latias, 6 and 5. Beautiful cards. And Ancient Mew with the 9. That's too bad. All right. Do you clean cards before you send them to get graded? I don't do anything like that at all, no. The only thing I might do is if something has like a curved corner or like something that's kind of sticking up off of it, I might try to get that off. I wouldn't really call that cleaning cards. Like I don't cut the edges. I don't use any like materials on it. Nothing like, you know, like just let's say you got a lip of a card, looks like it has just like a lip. I might put it into like a holder like this and then just kind of flatten it a little bit. That's all I've ever done. I don't really like cleaning cards. I think it goes against the idea of authenticity. So if somebody's using like actual like sprays and fillers and that kind of crap, I think that that's pretty much a manipulated card. PSA should be able to detect that and reject them. And it's scary that maybe some get through. So that's kind of scary, but it's just part of the hobby. It's part of the hobby. All right. If you ever get a card that you discover is manipulated, ask PSA to cover it, which I don't know if they will, but I bet you they will. I don't know. With the whole Mew, they didn't tell me they were going to pay for the Mew. They told me they were going to give me legal documents, which they told me to then hand to the guy who sold it to me. That's what they said they were going to do. They said they were going to give me a legal document, I think pretty much to scare them. That's what they told me. So I don't know. Maybe PSA is able to sue you if you've done some sort of trick. Manipulating cards, I guess you could argue it's fraudulence, isn't it? All right, but they never gave me those legal documents, so I never read what they were going to say. I got no clue what they were going to say. Oh, I'm out of baggies. I got to get more baggies. Let me go get more baggies. Your cards just always look so clean and fresh. Some people say I should clean them before I get them graded, but I don't like the thought of it. My cards are just normal cards. Don't take that advice. You might be ruining your chances for a 10. Don't ever clean your cards, in my opinion. You know, if you want to straighten them out with a flat roller or something, I don't think that matters. All right, give me a moment. All right, I'm back. Ta-da! I got these back from Karis. Dude, she was... Oh my God, it's been 47 minutes. We haven't had time to sell anything. By the way, today is Karis's birthday, so I might not be having a long daytime stream, but we might just celebrate on the weekend, so weekend's here anyways. Check it out. Yeah, today is Karis's birthday. She knew every one of these characters. She's like, that's the bad guy. Wank, wank. Good guy, good guy. She says, this is the good guy. Like pre-unicorn or something like that. And this is one of the bad guys. Later mecha units or whatever they are. She said, this is some kind of prototype or something like that. What the? How did she know all that? Man, she watched all the Gundams. What a nerd. Nerd. Nerd alert. All right. So I believe we begin... So I believe we begin with Miss 6, 5 solo leveling. That's the first order. We didn't finish that last night. All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All right. Need to watch early Gundam. Appreciate the advice. Just call me Jeff. No problem, man. All right. Here we go. Right now, my advice for grading in general might be to send cards to BGS and CGC, by the way, because I feel like PSA's grading is very similar to BGS without the added benefit of having a chance for pristine or for like a black label. Ooh, what is this? Beautiful Egress. All right. You started Sing solo level. What? Any Topps PSA 10 foil for sale? I have an itch to spend. Yes. I don't know if we got any PSA 10 hollows in this submission, but I know I've always got some. Here's Sung Jin Woo. He's a level S rank. How is he so powerful? Okay. All right, there it is. Thank you, Miss 6. That was from yesterday night. We weren't able to finish it. There were just too many orders. Thank you so much. All right, feel free to start asking any questions about what's going on the table. We got this big stack of PSA slabs back now. You know what that means? It means lots and lots of cracking cards out of their holders. Okay, trying to get rid of some of these junk emails. Oops. Stop. What the fuck? Stop. God, dude. going this way. Here's Michael Pettiford. He says, this is CASHAPP? What happened? Did they change the CASHAPP email? What? I want to see what he asked for. It doesn't show me the, oh. Yeah, it doesn't show me the message anymore. 3 packs of Black Flame Fusion Art Korean. All right. Black Flame. Japanese Black Flame. Is it Japanese Black Flame you're asking for? I actually think I'm almost sold out of these. Okay. Are you selling the Gundam cards? Those will be for sale, although I don't really know how to price something like that. We're going to have to figure it out. I like them a lot, and I happen to think they're pretty rare. Not just that, but I believe my timing is very good because Gundam's coming out with a brand new set, so people will be interested in general in Gundam cards. Here's Fusion Art. There it goes. All right. Let's jump over here real fast. Give me a second. Oops. All right. We're going to say this. Click. Very nice. And so I believe I have to go get more of these Black Flames. Don't tell Pokemon, but I know who has Black and White Flare early. What? Who? All right. Let's see. Jumping over here. All right. Very nice. We're going to jump over here to Mr. Michael. Okay. All right. Logan Paul said he had it. There was an order from yesterday that wasn't open, says Michael. Oh, sorry, Michael. Let me look into that. I know you have a stash, mister. No, I do not. Oh, you mean for the tops? Yeah, I do have some tops hollows, although we're a bit behind today, so I might not have a chance for that. So I have a cash-up order from you, Michael, for these Black Flame and Fusion Art. There was an order from yesterday that wasn't ordered or opened. I'm not seeing it. Could you help me out with that? Could you explain what you're talking about? Let me look up your name real fast. Says I just have one Cash App order from Michael Pettiford. I didn't accidentally just delete it, did I? ZELLE? Oh, you're saying it's under ZELLE. No problem. All right. Yeah, I'm looking in Cash App. Yes, here it is. And it says 2 packs of Black Flame Korean, 2 packs of Fusion Art Korean. Ah, okay. You got it. Did I get this wrong? Was this not supposed to be Japanese? Okay, 2 of these. And 2 of these. You taking orders? We're taking orders. We're taking orders right now. It helps if you guys mention if they're Japanese or 1 pack of Battle Partners Japanese. Oh yeah, this is confusing as heck. So 1 pack of Battle Partners. And it looks like we need a new pack, a new box of Battle Partners as well. Okay, I understand. If you get a chance, just want to add to my collection. Definitely. Give me a second. I'm not triple. Looks like we got 2 boxes of the Battle Partners left. Okay. I'll have to look up the price of the Korean Black Flame to see if he ordered Japanese or if he ordered Korean. So I'll do that in a second here. But he did order 1 of these as well. All right. So for today's order, he wanted 3 packs of Black Flame and a Korean Fusion Art. He sent 13. So let me just see how that math works out. Let's see. We've got So I believe that is Japanese then. Actually, it almost doesn't make sense. It's 5 and 5 of both Korean Fusion Art and Black Flame, 1 pack of Battle Partner Japanese, and 1 pack of Japanese EB1. That was the order? Okay, no problem. Were you having trouble fitting that on the message? Let's see. Let's grab this. So you're saying an EB1 should have been in there? And you're saying no Japanese, just Korean? Sometimes orders get tricky. Let's grab these. So this will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Okay. There's the battle partner in the EB2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, there we go. Got it. All right. Here goes. Ready? If they sent with CASHAPP, they have a limit on what you can put in the message. Interesting. There we go. CASHAPP's annoying then. Yeah, weird. They didn't even give me the message. All I got was like a hint at what you ordered in the title, basically, of the email. I don't like that at all. I don't know why they would do it that way. Here's Vespa Queen. Thank you. This is Michael. No problem, Mr. Michael. All right, here we go. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Here's the bird. Okay, here's Mew. Lovely Mew. CASHAPP is a ghetto PayPal. Here's a hollow. Here's a cold. Here's a hollow. Cold. The EB1 and Articuno, but he appears to be off center. That sucks. Not you too, Japanese Pokemon cards. Et tu, Japan. All right. Lovely. I'm waiting on my English one first. There we go. All right. Mr. Michael. Et tu? I never et tu of anything. Let me have a sip. All right. In other news today, Ghost of the Past is here now. Ghost of the Past is here. Thank you, Michael. All right. So I believe we also have this shipping order from Mr. Hawk. We did that already, though, didn't we? We shipped Hawk. Okay. Oh, here's Mr. George asking about the Electivire. All right. Here is Mr. Andrew Mercer asking about the Pikachu that I shipped him a little while ago. I marked this on red. And now here is David Morris. 1 Minecraft hobby pack and ship all my bags and Trump slab. No problem. Although that's going to go out on Monday. Okay. Monday, okay. All right. So anything shipped today will be going out Monday. Letting you guys know that. Okay. Tuesday. Monday is a holiday. Ooh, anything shipped out is going to wait till Tuesday? Dang, dude, that's a long time, man. All right. Better not plan to do anything out here. It's going to be crowded as hell anywhere you go. Dolphin. Memorial weekend is insane out here in Lake of the Ozarks. Everybody comes down here. So crowded. David Morris. Maybe I'll go to Springfield. Nah. Don't want to drive out to Springfield. That's too much work. We'll probably just hang out. Watch TV. Maybe we'll watch more James Bond. All right. David Morris with the D. Which box would I have set you in? Right here. It is David Morris. David Morris. Now we got an empty DA box. We got this. Aha. Set this here. And we'll grab this and set this here. Everyone here is in the river. Nice. Any other sets that aren't listed? No, just Ghost of the Past needs to be updated. More rays. Here it is. Boy, I was getting a little tense over those Electivire negotiations, wasn't I? Felt a bit flustered. I was like, come on. Guess that's why I don't normally like negotiating. There's too much, you know, whenever we start negotiating on the table, I always go, all right, I'm not going to. It makes two people combatant too quickly, you know what I mean? All right. The bottom line is I don't actually like selling most of my Pokemon cards. That's the truth. That's why I have so many. I don't like selling them. I just like keeping them. There we go. All right. I want you to sell your cards, and I want you to sell them to me cheap. What? Put them on sale. We do actually put cards on sale. We do that. But usually after analyzing the card for a while and realizing it doesn't sell very well. Here's Bulbasaur. I had a couple bags. We found 2 bags. Are you saying you had more than 2? Let's keep looking. Might have to reprint that label if you had more. Darwin Morales. Darwin Morales. This is going to be Danny St. Amour. Which I feel like we can move the Danny St. Amour bags over. We found 2 bags for you. Was that it? David. Imagine I would have kept them all together. Daniel Arredondo. What's your favorite Bond movie so far? So we're still watching the old Bond movies, which are almost like, you're not really watching like a real movie. You're like watching a timepiece. Oh, you did have more. Oh, you had a lot more. We got to reprint the label. Oh, that's a lot, dude. Mr. David, big buyer over here. All right, hold on. Let me cancel that label. We're going to print a new label. All right. I feel it doesn't hurt to ask, at least on eBay. Oh, yeah. On eBay, if you can move the purchase off of eBay, sometimes you get a sweeter deal. I've done that before. All right. So let's see. Maybe I'm a kind of type of person where the harder you push for a card, the less I want to sell it. I go, wait a second, why am I selling this one? Might as well just hold it, dude. I like holding cards. That's my whole thing. Okay. That's been the whole last 6 years for me. Here we are. Happy birthday to your wifey. Thanks, man. I'll let her know you guys said happy birthday. Ooh. I'm going to have to stack this last one on top, I think. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of cards. Toss this away. We're going to add some weight to this one. Additional weight. What's the name of that Bulbasaur? Just want to get the message right on PayPal. So this Bulbasaur is the extremely rare Koro Tora Karuta Bulbasaur. You can just say Koro or Karuta Bulbasaur. I'll understand it by the price. Oops. Super duper duper rare. Printed in 1996. Very bizarre, isn't it? That's awesome, mister. Thank you so much. Yeah, you got a lot. I didn't realize you had that much. All right. Whew. Very nice. Okay. And now I'm going to go move all these off to the shipping shelf. All right. Sounds like you might be interested in this. I'm going to set it to the side. It's a good one. Now, and the only reason I'm selling that one, by the way, is because I have some raw, ungraded ones that haven't even been cut. So those are ready. Here's Luke Glory. 35 to slab away. 2 battle partners. Ooh. Okay. Let's check this out, huh? Look at this Squirtle. PSA 9 Squirtle. Got a 9. Yeah, I mean, it's got some white dot up in the upper right-hand corner. I could see it. So this one's a proper 9. Okay, sent for slab away. Nice. All right, there's a Squirtle. All right, Squirtle 9. Oh, Mrs. Alexis is texting me. Let's see what she has to say. She's probably done shipping, if I had to guess. All right. Oops. All right. She's having trouble finding BGS displays. Oh, right, I'm supposed to price this. Bungie devs are currently crying. Okay, so this is Rocket Squirtle. Okay, let's see. Sorry, she's still asking about the location of some things. This guy's going to be $27. $27 Squirrel. What a cutie. Sorry about that. She's having trouble locating some BGS displays. We sell those on eBay. They are printed in China. The China tariffs were going to affect my business. When did Mister start playing club music? So this is Luke Laurie, 35 to slab away, and 2 battle partners. All right, let's get those battle partners. Sparkly. Yes, sparkly. Ooh, Meow Skirata. Meow. All right, Meow Skirata. $27 for the Squirtle is actually still decent. That shows you that when you get a 9, it's still not that bad. Like, 9s can still be worth it. Mr. Luke Laurie, here's this. And let's go double check, make sure I applied that 35, because I don't think I did. There we go. So Mr. Luke Laurie, we're jumping over here to slab away to do $35 for you. This goes down to $265. Boom. Updated. All right, T. Rocky Grunt, let's get one prismatic. Ta-da! Also sent you a message on Discord, so you can put my hidden face. All right, sounds good. Let's get the bird sold, huh? All right. Okay, let me go get that birds for him. The birds. All right. That's Mr. TRG. His birds are up for sale. And now, the prismatic pack. I need to hear some Spamtron. Did you know that the bird is the word? What? We got these other commission slabs. Some of them don't move so well. Like here's a Paldean Whooper 8 and a Feraligator 9, which is a reverse holo stamp, which is nice. Yellen and Anthony. But they haven't moved, and I'm willing to bet it's just because they're 8 and 9. This card's a nice 10. It'll probably sell. In fact, every time I have the birds up on the table, they sell for some reason. People love the birds card. Here's Time. Ooh, you got Time. We used to have Brock and Misty and Giovanni. All right. That's for our friend, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. Nothing like going on a long hike, sweat off all the beer. Yeah, you were saying you drank a lot of beer recently. We are? All right. Speaking of going on a long hike, Karis and I are talking even more about where to move. Nevada might be out. Once again, we ran into the same problem. The closer we got to deciding to go to Nevada, the sales tax calculation kills it. So from now on, no matter where we want to look into, it's a combination of sales tax, house tax, and income tax. It's actually all three put together. We have a unique setup where I pay quite a bit of sales tax on these cards, and so that sales tax is very important. All right. A state like Delaware has to be considered. They have no sales tax, even though they do have an income tax, and they do have slightly higher property taxes. But a state like Delaware has to be considered because they have no sales tax. Shang Yang. What's up, man? 3 packs of the Nikke Trust. Nikke, you got it, man. Weiss Nikke? I'm pretty sure that's Weiss Nikke based on the price. I think I have to get a fresh box for you. Okay, guys, fresh box of Weiss Nikke. I'll be right back. Tax, tax, tax. No matter what you do, they're going to get you one way or the other. Technically, some states have it lower, though. That's the truth. All right. I just crushed open a fresh master case of Nikke. I'm out of breath. There. I was going fast. Ready? Fresh case. Weiss Nikke. All right. Ba-doop. All right. We're looking at Montana now a little closer. Montana is a no sales tax state. Did you know that? They're cold, though. We don't know if we like cold. Wyoming ranks very high as the ultimate place to go to make money. But it's not the top choice for luxury living. Not the top choice for luxury living. You know what's ranking near the top? Hawaii. Hawaii's ranking near the top. We might actually consider going to Hawaii, guys. How crazy would that be? All right, what we got? Hawaii's not actually supposed to be a money move. It's supposed to be a luxury move, like California would be. Hawaii has lower income state tax for earners like my wife and I. Their taxes are lower than California just by a little bit. But more importantly, their house property taxes are quite a bit lower. They have the #1 lowest property tax in the union. Hawaii does. Did you know that? Mr. Shenyang. They have the #1 lowest tax rate on properties. Hawaii does. And then here's a really important thing. One more problem. Hawaii has a sales tax of 4%. That's actually lower than Missouri. And it's much lower than just about any other place. Like we were checking Myrtle Beach We're checking Charleston for the sales tax over there, about 9%. Nevada, Reno and Las Vegas, about 8.5. Hawaii, 4%. That's a big deal. That's a really big deal. When you're moving $3,000 slab or $4,000 case, and you're doing sales taxes here and there on your sales, importing stuff, that's a really big deal. The difference of 4% makes a really big deal. So that's the calculation now. The calculation is no longer state income tax, property taxes. It's now sales tax, state income tax, property tax. It's all three of them. And when you are looking at it more carefully, Hawaii is possible. Their higher income tax will just level everything out, but their lower property tax and lower sales tax are a really big deal for me. Here's James Gower, slab away the Karuda Bulbasaur. Here it is, Mr. James. What do you guys think of that? Myrtle Beach is miserable. Will it take long to fly in Pokemon cards? It could. Maybe it would take a while to go from Hawaii to like New York or something. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's not like your cards would never arrive. Just might take an extra 2 days or something. And that's not the end of the world, is it? Also, I would not change my shipping prices. My shipping prices would remain the same. Any change, I will eat myself. I will eat that and consider it a cost of living. Okay, so, Mr. James, let's set this up. Hawaii's really being considered. It's near the top. Just an analysis of all the places you can move. Sales taxes are very important for what we do. And we can move our little card shop anywhere we want, so we get to choose the most optimal place. Luxury is considered too, so it ranks very high on luxury. June 25, James Gower. PSA 10, no, PSA Karuda Bulbasaur. 265, 245. Boom. All right. Whew. Hawaii's nice. You been there? I've never been there. Why is it moving? You think that you don't get products fast where you're at. Now imagine Hawaii. I have family in Hawaii. That would be a cool visit. He moving somewhere so that he can get his cards more on time. Well, it's not just that. You know, Lake of the Ozarks is very slow because this place doesn't receive a lot of packages at all. And we don't have like an airport. We have like a private airport for like rich people. We have a small UPS hub, just receives local packages. And we have rural post office. So, you know, cards will land in Kansas City or St. Louis and take 3 days to get out to us. You know, if it's 3 extra days to Hawaii, and I don't know if it would be, but let's say it was, it would be no different than what we're doing anyways. But the difference is we'd be living in Hawaii. But it might be faster than that, because I think things would just be flown to Hawaii. So if it's just flying from one place to another, it might actually get to Hawaii faster than it gets to middle of nowhere, Missouri. There it is. All right. Especially those Japanese cards, you know, they won't have to go as far. I think someone mentioned they would land in California and then they'd be flown to Hawaii. I think someone mentioned that. I don't know how true that is. But I'm pretty sure that's still faster than driving them out to middle of nowhere, Missouri. All right. So this beautiful Rocket Moltres got a 9. Why? Well, I see it has a curved corner at the top. See, if you look really carefully at this right here, that would probably cause it to be a 9 right there. My thoughts are, I might as well try to crack this out and try to smooth that over. It's maybe a high-risk move, but I don't know. Maybe it's a move I want to take and have a chance of turning this into a 10. Because if it's a 10, it's like a $1,000 card. Get to know the place. Get to know the price of living, because you won't know unless you're actually there. Yes, so one thing we've considered going out to eat, which we do like going out to eat. Our car taxes, our, you know, gas, whatever, all that could go substantially up. It's something we're definitely thinking about. Still, the idea was some places like California, New York, and Hawaii are high tax places where we would consider living, not because we're trying to save money, but because we're trying to dramatically improve our quality of life. And so that's why it's being considered. It's called a luxury move instead of a financial move. Hunter tipped in shipping, please. I only have slabs, no bag. Thank you, Mr. Hunter. You just saved me like 5 minutes. With that one little message, I didn't have to search for a bag that doesn't exist. All right, we got Mr. Hunter Tipton. Thank you. I shipped a slab from California to Hawaii using USPS priority, and it took 11 days to arrive. Really? I ship to Hawaii all the time. I don't think it takes that long, does it? I receive stuff from Hawaii, too. I don't think it takes that long. A guy I work with told me Southeast Asia smells like poop due to improper sewers. Ew, that's horrible. I don't like the sound of that at all. We have that problem out here in one spot, Lake of the Ozarks. It smells like an open sewer as you drive by, so you have to turn your AC off. It's really awful. That should be illegal. Okay, let's see. You should come to Hawaii for vacation. Yes. I think if I did that, I would know right away, how I felt about it. But then again, we're doing all our research by watching lots of videos. And I feel like we did that once before with North Carolina, and it worked. You can research a place and then go to it, and it's, surprisingly similar to how it looked like on the TV. Where did this Zapdos come from? GameStop having a restock on Prismatic Binder Collection tomorrow. Look at this stuff they eat. This? Well, they eat spicy food, I suppose. This? You talking about India's street food? That became like a meme that their street food was kind of, unclean. Let's see. All right. Yeah, they're still developing in those places, but those are going to be really nice places to live in the long run. I really believe that. I think India is doing a really good job. In fact, here's a theory of mine that India would have done much better had we not stolen all their smartest people over here into the U.S. So they all moved over here to be software engineers. Imagine all those guys stayed over there and worked on their own country. India could be much further along. You got 2 options for the 3 birds. Wow, cool stuff. Why is this one? Oh, because it's Korean, right. It's Korean. It's a nice one. My mom's side of the family lives in Hawaii. I've been there for holiday. It's great, but the living cost is expensive compared to the UK. Yeah, I guess I've heard that. Maybe I'll research that more, like the total food bills. Did you see Trump will be adding a 50% tariff to EU? What? Well, is it because of that minerals deal? Trump tariff EU. Trump calls for a 50% tariff on EU, says he's not looking for a deal. Whoa, so that's why the stock market went down a bit. Wow, crazy. He wants to do the tariff on iPhones as well. What? Is it because they're funneling them through the EU? So interesting. The announcement came after Trump threatened to impose a tariff of 25% on Apple if the company does not begin manufacturing its iPhones in the United States. Trump later said he's not looking for a deal with the EU. Wow. That's crazy. I don't know what to think about that. Luckily, we do not actually get our cards from the EU. We get our cards from Asia. So that tariff will not affect us very much. Whew, man, it's scary, man. That is some scary stuff. Some guy just comes out and says, yeah, so this will cost 50% more now. Here's James Gower, first edition Squirtle. Hey, he's a beautiful card, very affordable. So beautiful. Tammy's pulling her hair out. It's what we've been saying. Ah, that's what you voted for. Are you happy now? Here's James Gower. All right, James Gower, tossing this over here. And we've got Christine. Can I get 2 bulk packs, please? I'll keep all the cards and maybe tonight put some more in for the Pokepot. You got it. 2 more bulk packs. I'm changing the rules one more time on the Pokepot. We're trying to get just the right balance on it. So now when you roll 3s or pairs, it's 2 cards out of there. There it is. All right. Let's see what's in your 2 bulk packs. So this one has Bill Kangaskhan. Nice, dude. You actually pulled Kangaskhan. Quick Thinking Recovery, Okie Dokie in Japanese. You got this Cat Girl, this Booby Girl, and Briar. All right. 50% tariff on EU. I wonder what will happen in Europe, you know? I wonder what the future of Europe looks like. Here's Chi-Yu, dude with the tood. The Gungans arrive in Theed. Here's Sparkling Crystal, Watto's Junk Shop. It's a fascinating thing to me because, you know, I'm working so hard trying to figure out taxes in the United States just so I can make a move. And over there, they're just paying tons of taxes. Wow, you got a lot of Star Wars cards in this pack. Look at this. That's like a whole booster pack, dude. It's like a $38 booster pack right there. Oh my God, dude. All right, that's a pretty good deal for you. You got that for $4. All right. But anyways, as I was saying, I can't imagine that there aren't a lot of people in Europe, a lot of, let's say your affluent people who have like $1 million to $10 million or more, who aren't looking around going, where can I move to protect this wealth? And so I wonder what happens in Europe, because I really feel like they're going to have a brain drain because there's so many great places to live in the world. Trump did that golden Visa card. So you can just buy a Visa card and come right over here. And you can buy a Visa now. You can just buy it and walk right in. And there must be other places in the world that do exactly the same thing, like Qatar and UAE. I know UAE takes a lot of Europeans because they're just moving in to protect their cash from high taxes. I know Switzerland is, it's still relatively high tax compared to the United States, but that's another place Europeans go to protect their money. And so if places like France and the UK and Germany are bleeding all these people, what happens to them in the long run? Because you don't just miss out on their money. You miss out on their children. You miss out on, their talents, maybe their genius if they're really smart. I think really wealthy people sometimes are very smart. And so you miss out on them being there, doing stuff, participating. And so you're having sort of a brain drain, right? That's the term we use, is a brain drain. You're missing out on the brain drain of the people who are successful going to new places and investing their money there, buying stuff in the local economy, paying taxes over there rather than in your country. You're missing out on all that. And it's all in the name of, this centrally controlled economy. It's so good. It's working so good for us. But I don't think that's necessarily true because you don't see the highest growth occurring in Europe. Kendo Pelor, 11, Hololive Elite Spark. You got it, man. Hey, what's up, Kendo? So the Hololive Spark. Centrally controlled government, centrally controlled economy, I don't think has produced the highest growth in Europe. So there's that. And you said 11. I think it's because you saw a guy opened one pack the other day, but that was a loose pack. All right. I'm really curious what happens to the future of the UAE. I wonder if that becomes like one of the biggest world players in the long run. Ready? Or if it's more like a place to just go retire to. We are. Like if you're a wealthy guy, you just go retire to it. It's hard for me to move out because I'm close with my family. I would miss my parents and siblings. Dude, I know exactly what you're talking about. Every time Kirsten and I talk about moving, we talk about maybe trying to buy a house that we can move her parents to as well. We talk about that all the time. Yes, it's hard to move away from family. Okay, ready? We're still kind of young. I say kind of. Maybe we're in prime moving around age, actually. I'm 36 and she's 30. And I think we could move. I think we could relocate this card shop and have a better tax situation and make more money for the rest of our lives just by making a move. So there's 12 packets in here, and according to the order of the way we pull things, you get these right here. These 2 packs are left behind, okay? All right, there you go. Lots of places charge 50 grand to move in. They don't want the trash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, it's a fascinating thing, you know, because you almost have to think of it like a great migration of everyone. Everyone's always trying to move around. And it's not just people who are maybe coming from an underdeveloped country who are looking for a better quality of life or more opportunity, but it's your upper class too. They're like birds. They got wings, they got lots of money, and they go, hey, if I'm not treated well here, why don't we just move somewhere else? Sure. All right. And so I'm just really curious, what does Europe look like over time, the EU? What does it look like over time if they really kind of, I don't know, continue to tax people who are doing well at like 50%? I think they move. Because there really is a lot of alternative places to live in the world that are quite nice. And I think America is one of those places. I think if you're wealthy in Europe, you should definitely consider moving right over here. This is a huge country with immediately way lower taxes and a huge customer base. Like there's so many, if you've got a business, there's so many people who will shop at your business in the United States because it's giant. And you can live where you want. You can live in the mountains. You can live in the mountains and the ocean. You can live in like a really swampy ocean. You can live in the plains. You can live in really cold mountains. Like the actual different environments in America is massive because it's physically a very large place. You can live in like a super city like New York. You can live in places that are exploding like Austin, Texas. There's the ability to move around out here is impressive. And all people in those 50 states got customers that'll shop from you, even online. Of course, if let's say you're a restaurant, it's more localized. But I mean, there's places to move. Like we had an Asian restaurant open out here in Lake of the Ozarks, and they're just covered in buyers now. It's crazy. There wasn't one out here, and now there is. And whoever it is that opened that, they're becoming a millionaire for sure. Like if your restaurant staffed full all the time, you're going to be a millionaire, I imagine. And then not just that, as you're making your $1 million, you just get taxed at like half the amount you would have paid in Europe. And so you make all that money and you actually keep it. You actually keep the money. We are. All right. Beautiful. Wonderful. Lovely. So that's why I would say, you know, in Europe, there must be a temptation to get over here and, you know, be able to actually build a lot of wealth and buy a nice big home and be able to move around wherever you want to move around. I like Europe a lot too, actually. I like Europe for its ancient history. That's something the United States does not have. The United States does not have ancient history. There you go, Mr. Kendo. Mr. That blue full art is a hit. This one right here, nice, dude. All right, very good. Says SR on it. This one? Is it this one? All right, let's see. He's got to be talking about this one then. Dubai spent how many billions making those islands? Are starting to sink, and they are starting to sink. I think that's what you're saying. The Irish are starting to fight back. All right, well, wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. Let's find your bag, Mr. Kendo. I like Europe a lot, and I'd like to see Europe do well. I think Europe has to take a lower tax approach because they have to be competitive on taxes. I actually had considered years ago moving to Europe multiple times because it sounds cool, it sounds fun. You know, I have technically, ancestrally, I would have been from Europe, about a chunk of me anyways. And, you know, because my grandma's Filipino, but you know, so Europe and the UK, they all sound really fun and fascinating, and I get excited about the idea of it. And then I see the tax and I go, whoa, never mind, I'm staying here. And then I get the American flag out, America #1. You know, I get all patriotic. Holy, double taxes. You know, I start putting statues of the founding father in my front yard. Start pouring the tea in the ocean. I see those taxes. I was like, no wonder, dude. It's actually the same exact problem as the past, isn't it? Because in the past, that was the same deal. They were saying, we don't want to pay all these taxes to King George. It's the exact same problem. It never went away. All right, I got a card for you guys coming right up. Ooh. 50. Oh, wow, it's the new slab. I feel it's really heavy, guys. They put this in the new slab. Wow, the new slab's so bizarre, too. It almost looks like there's a film over the card. But I can't tell if that's just the if there's just sort of like a warp to this plastic or something. So that's looking lovely. For someone who's new to grading, what would you tell them who is best to grade cards with? Thanks, Michael. That's a great question, and I feel like I'm very qualified to answer that question. The truth of the matter is, I don't grade exclusively with one grading company. I grade with multiple companies. Each company has pros and cons to them. With Beckett, you have a chance for the perfect grade. It's a black label, and it sells for like 10 times more than a regular Gem Mint 10. With PSA, you have a very standard form of grading, although recently they've gotten very tough. I would say their Gem Mint is more like a pristine 10, and then they don't have a 9.5. They don't have like a weak 10 anymore, and they're also the most expensive in general to grade with. So PSA, I don't want to send with them as much. Tag grading is like the new kid on the block. They got this grading report, which is very popular. But really, with the selling point with tag grading is just that it has a very pretty transparent slab, and I don't have trouble moving them. So I'm going to be splitting some of my cards between PSA and tag grading. However, tag grading is very harsh on vintage cards, just like PSA. So right now, many of my regrades are going to go to a different company called CGC. They have a weak 10, they call it a Gem Mint 10, but I notice a lot of their Gem Mint 10s seem to kind of scrape by with a problem or two. And then they also have a pristine. So if you're lucky and your card flips into a pristine, very good. So now you're going to sell that card at a premium. So I like CGC for the weak 10s. I like tag grading to split some of my outgoing cards between PSA and tag. And then a BGS for the best looking cards, because those might grade pristine, or if you're really lucky, black label. Black label is a big deal. It's a lot of money. And that's it. So you got some major companies, CGC, PSA, tag grading, BGS. There's also SGC. SGC is owned by PSA. So I don't really understand the point of grading with them. The longer I think about it, I go, why don't I just do PSA? If SGC and PSA are the same company, might as well just do PSA. The nice thing about SGC is they grade very fast. So their grading is fast at a low price. So if you have a very timely grade, or you just want to further divide your cards between three companies, that could make sense. That's about it. All right, so we have the English version. English version of Gold D. Roger. People don't like CGC, though. I buy CGC. I sell it, too. I don't know why you wouldn't buy or sell CGC. Says about, is this right? About $100? Oh, wait a second. No. I don't like having a priceless, guy. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Alternative alt art? Alt art? Oh, this is very confusing. I'm sorry. Here it is. He looks to be about $100 for sure. Okay. I have more CGC than I do PSA. I have a bunch of SIR from Journey Together, and I'm new to grading. I was thinking about sending to Beckett because I believe some of my cards can get a black label. Go for it. And if they don't, you can crack them back out or cross-grade them or just sell them as is. But if you detect a flaw on it, don't bother. If you detect a flaw on the card, don't send it to BGS. There's no point. They're going to give you terrible gradings on a flaw. Okay, I hope that helps. We have Mr. Ethan Murray, and he's taken the Moltres Zapdos Articuno. All right, this is sold. I will put a new name on it. The value's not there at CGC. Here it is. CGC goes for about 60% of PSA. Now, you're talking about their Gem Mint like this versus PSA's Gem Mint. And I have some thoughts on that. Sometimes it goes for only about 60%. But sometimes it goes more like 75, 80%, which is actually very agreeable. But let me ask you a very important question, Ethan. What would you rather have? A PSA 9 or a CGC Gem Mint 10? Because remember, PSA has no 9.5 grade, and their Gem Mint has just gotten much harder to accomplish too. So if you got a card that's going to be a 9 at PSA or a Gem Mint at CGC, what's better? Think about that for a second. So you can complain about the difference in their 10s, which is fair, but if it turns out your card was going to turn into a 9 at PSA, you're actually way better off grading with the CGC for the CGC Gem Mint. You also have a CGC 9.5 grade too to consider. All right, Ethan Murray. There it is. Lovely. Thank you. Oh, I hear Sea-Doo's going outside. Do you hear him? Nice. People are getting crazy out here. They're going to have fun tonight. The weekend. The water's all warm now. There were Sea-Doos last week. There's some boat going on out there right now. I can hear it. All right, so we're going to say 115 times 0.73. He gets $84 for that. So there's an example. If you're doing store credit, I'm going to do 73%. If you're doing cash, I'm going to do 70%, okay? But at 73%, he gets paid out $84. He didn't have to pay any taxes. He didn't have to pay any eBay fees. He didn't have to do any shipping. None of those things. That's really not bad. That's quite good, I'd say. I think because you don't have to do the shipping, and because you don't have to do eBay fees, and because eBay also doesn't collect any taxes from you, and because we're selling at the buy now price, that's a pretty good deal, I think, for the people on commission. All right, cool. And now we've got Kyle Summers, 2 Pokemon Shuffles. Oh, yeah, we need to stuff that Shuffles box with new stuff. Shuffles box could use some new cards. 1, 2, 3. What time is it? 6:26. 2 cold ones. I'm so sorry, Mr. Kyle Summers. That's a cold round. Sorry, man. All right. Kyle Summers, we just did your round. It was cold. And here's Miss 6-2 Hololive Elite Spark. Oh, my God. Do you see this, Kendo? Do you see this? 6 trying to snipe you, dude. She trying to snipe you wipies, views. All right. She said, you know what? Snipe this guy. All right. You got a full art here. And we got a holo. Very nice. So what's today? Today's Friday? Yeah, today's Friday, isn't it? Okay, here you go, Miss 6. Thank you. Let me show off the breaks real fast, because I noticed the breaks didn't move too much in the daytime stream. We got this Quest Sticker Vaporeon. The Mega. We've got the Lightning Break, Zubat. Here's Gold Star Greninja. Crown Pikachu. The Waifu Break. I don't believe there's any gym breaks available. They're all gone. Gym breaks are super popular. Let's see. Scoreboard, Fossil. Brett Love bought another pack down here. We're at 32. How many spots? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 left. There's 5 left, guys. $6.95 now. Pricey. Here's Fossil Sublist. Mega Sublist. Weiss Magic Girls. All right. Getting pretty close. Here we have a refractor pink. Oh, it's a numbered Dumbo. Huh. How do you price something like that? It's a weird one. Okay, you ready? PSA 10 pink Dumbo. In fact, there is a pink Dumbo. Here's the exact card. We're going to price it at $115 for you guys. That's the exact card for sale for $115. Oh. Breaks didn't move because you were busy talking about taxes and states. You're probably right. I wasn't showing them off too much. There it is, but you guys know about them. They're the same breaks. They haven't changed. Here we are. How was Ted talking? It's probably a boring subject. I get that. Here's... Let's see what we got next. Chinese Detective Pikachu. I'm curious what happens to the future of Europe. We got off on talking about the tariff situation. There are. I was thinking about how China's kind of able, because they're so important, China's kind of able to bully us back a bit, you know what I'm saying? But the EU, I don't even know what they're going to do. Because I can't think of anything especially important happening in Europe at the moment. It's all about Asia these days, you know what I'm saying? India, China, Japan, South Korea, North Korea. Did you guys hear about that big that big Navy vessel sank in North Korea? Ugh. Wouldn't want to be the people who worked on that. Gigantic vessel in North Korea. It's a military vessel. Sank into the water when it was supposed to launch. And Kim Jong-un was actually there. And everyone's speculating that all the people involved are going to be like murdered or put into like labor camps and stuff like that. Ugh. All right, lovely. I guarantee you the people that were in charge of that are already missing. All right, so now we've got... it looks like we're caught up on all the orders. We're 1 hour and 46 minutes in. I'll take another order or two if you guys still want. And then we're going to wrap up. So here's a new poker card. You've never seen this one before. Look at that. You've never seen this before. This came out of a poker deck that was very expensive. Very, very expensive. Yeah, that's scary, man. I'd hate to be involved in that sinking ship. I'm pretty sure those guys got punished. There's no way they did not get punished like crazy. This one's going to be called Poker Lusamine. And let's just see where it goes from there. None? Let's check sold. I can't find one sold, and I can't find one for sale. Remind me, was Lusamine very popular as a character? Oops. So I believe there's not one for sale because it's too rare. People prefer Lily. I think they prefer Lily. That's true. I know that's true because of the Sun and Moon era. Let's set this to, I don't know, 140 maybe. Think that's fair? You think that's too low? Okay. And now we've got... Ooh, this one's nice. Sabrina Psyduck. Man. Okay. Jim Psyduck first. That's Sabrina Psyduck. Because he's a psychic type. That's so cool. God, this card was part of my childhood, man. The gym era, I was in full swing during the gym era. Oh, I don't even see one for sale. Ooh, how much would this go for then? Ended recently. Oh my gosh, one last sold for $180 on April 28th, a month ago. Holy dude. Oh my God. He sold for $200 on March 12th. Whoa, that's crazy. That makes me want to open up some gym challenge packs. Because apparently just one gym challenge Psyduck can go for $200. What? Whoa. There's none for sale. So I can ask a bit of a higher price just to move the price forward a bit because it's sold out. You know, that's crazy. The demand for this has to be so high because you have to realize this is a common card. So really there should be a whole There should be a whole listing of these cards for sale. There should be a whole page of them because this is a common card. Look, it's not even uncommon. It's just a common. So the fact that this is sold out tells you everything about the demand for it. It means there's plenty of them available, but they're all sold. And nobody wants to post any for sale. It's kind of scary. It almost makes me wonder if you just put this in a box and don't touch it for 20 more years. And it goes way up over 200. But let me take a quick look at the population. Population 223. See, that's a higher number. That's not like, remember the Level X Electivire? He was population 22. So this is 222. And there's just none for sale. Oh, man, I don't know what to do with it. Maybe 240? That could be a break. That could easily be a break. That's cool, man. All right, I'm going to save that one. Yeah, I'm going to save that one for a break because I really like that. That's super cool, man. I can't believe that it's such good luck that that card happened to grade 10 and happens to be so valuable. Look, I had another one. Sabrina's Psyduck. This one graded 9. Did it deserve a 9? It's close. I mean, it really doesn't look a lot different than the other one. I wonder if I should crack that and send that to CGC. I know you guys want this like crazy. The Jack of Spades Lily card. Oh, lordy. That is going to be a premium break. But should I just start it? Maybe I should just start it. I mean, because I think that one's going to go. I think that one will definitely finish. I'm going to finish. Poker Lily. All right, I see Poker Lily. I spelled the name right. Is it Lily Cosmog? Cosmog. All right. Quip's hanging out with the outdoor cats. What are you still doing here, mister? Yeah, I better wrap up soon. All right, you ready? I got to test the waters with this one. So this one's going to be available now as a break. 1 in 9 break. There it is. I don't know what to call it. The poker break. Because it's a poker card specifically. That is a very fancy Lily artwork. It's not, you know, just some sort of custom card. That's a real authentic Pokemon card. Look at that. Lovely back, by the way. And should I even be selling this? Am I an idiot? Like, should I just be holding this? It's Lily, right? How many times do people go crazy over Lily? It seems constant. We'll give it a shot because I think I have more than one. I looked at the Gundam cards. A PSA 8 sold for 40, but there isn't much graded at all. That's hard to judge a card by, especially because we don't know how hard they are to grade. And so that's hard to judge their value from. An 8. An 8 doesn't really mean a lot. Where did I put it? An 8 going for 40 sounds about right, though, because, you know, people don't pay much for cards that don't grade 10. Where'd I put them? I don't know where I put them. Must have put them over here. There's an extremely rare Lily Poker. Actually, how rare is it? Let me look this one up. Are you ready? I knew it was rare when I acquired it. Lucky when it graded 10. Very lucky. Come on, dude. What is going on? Okay. All right. Population 23 on this. Wow. Jack of Spades. Spades high, everybody. All right. So that's the daytime stream for Friday. Let's take a quick look at these last orders. Tim Harrison. Oh, there's a couple last orders. Tim Harrison, he says 5 of the Japanese Weiss Frieren. Oh yeah, Weiss Frieren. Okay, lots of Weiss Frieren. We're definitely not out of Weiss Frieren, that's for sure. I've been selling Weiss Frieren very steadily on eBay. eBay's gobbling them up, so we'll be out of them in no time. Either way. Guess I'll get a fresh box, maybe? Mr. Buy Up the Market and up the price to 500. I wonder if I should be selling the Lily at all, because that Lily card could be one of those undiscovered cards that shoots way up in price. You know, a card that lots of people just don't know about. You got some Carddass Gundam from 1989 graded. Oh yeah, they look really good. Where did I set them? I don't see them now. I must have set them down somewhere. I'd like to show them off. I don't know where I set them. Appears I didn't set them to my right. Listen to your gut. I mean, my gut's telling me that that card should, in theory, do quite well, but it's being held back by the fact that nobody knows about Poker Lily. Poker Lily is a really unknown card. The artwork, however, is fantastic, and girl card collectors will probably go nuts over this one. Oops. Hey, what's up, Mr. LaFlame? How's it going, man? Okay. Mr. Tim Harrison. Thank you, Tim. So, we've got 2 more packs for you here, and you're going to pull a signature right now. No signature. Darn. Wrapping up the stream for the daytime, everybody. You know we're going to be back on for the nighttime, right? Because we got all these slabs to sell now. We sorted them out in the daytime. We're going to be doing nothing but opening packs and pricing up cards in the nighttime. Here you go, Tim Harrison. Hey, welcome back. You got a little bit of an older bag. Welcome back, Tim. Okay. Hunter Tipton, Lillian Cosmoc Break. Oh, so that was right away for this one. Okay. Did I do that right? Let's see. Let's grab this bag here. You're the first one in. Let's see what the demand for a card like this is like. It might be quite high. You know the Pokemon market better than anyone, so I think you know that's a hold. Yeah, it feels like a hold just from the appearance of it. 20 packs, Ghost of the Past, Carlos Chaveras. He was just waiting for that. All right, last big order of the day. 20 packs, Ghost of the Past. Now, we have a whole case of these, okay? We have a whole case of them. Hopefully some good Ghost cards come out. He was ready, man. He said, give me them Ghosts of the Past. That's that empty box. I like those empty boxes, the display boxes. They're like just the right size. Hold a lot of cards. I hate these, I hate the way they packaged them. Too much waste. All this just for 20 packs? Like, come on, dude. Gotta fill my trash can up to open 20 packs. We also have that Luzamine over there, 140, much more reasonable price, but that's her mom. I'm not trying to date mom, bro. I don't know. I don't care about either girl card personally, but I know as a product they do well. All right. Throwing that away. Possible cat shortage makes me wonder. That is probably a highly desirable Lily playing card. Wait, losing me as a MILF? I think she is. Isn't she? Oh my god, I'm trying to do this fast. plastic, dude. Okay. Mister was up till 6 a.m. today, guys. He did overtime. Yeah, I managed to get into bed at 6:30. That was when I officially fell asleep, about an hour later than I was supposed to, but yeah, we were up late. Last night we were packed, man. We had a great week this week. We had a great week last week. We're doing really well. I blame you guys. It's all because of you guys. Thank you so much for all the business and all the fun times, the entertainment. A lot of generosity, too. Yeah, people just give stuff away sometimes for free. They just want to let everyone have a good time. Last night was Brett Love's turn, definitely. Brett Love, he came in, and that guy opened like, I want to say about $2,400 of cards last night. Brett Love did by himself. And there were some other orders too, but that guy went deep, dude. And he opened some of the coolest stuff. I gave him a really good deal at the end. At the end, I gave him a Celebrations UPC at cost. I might have even lost a little bit of money. And so he might have gotten that one from me with me losing a little bit of money on it. And but I was happy to open it for him because he opened so much other stuff. So I was just giving him that. There you are. And he did well in that. He pulled a Charizard. Remember that? He pulled a Charizard. So he did very well. His pulls last night were great. All right. Snipping this. Okay, very good. So that was Mr. Brett Love last night, and he was just going so deep, dude. Boop. Okay, ready? Oops, bumped the camera there. Here's some hollows. The problem with this set is if you don't pull a Ghost Rare, you're stuck with all these hollows. You get a lot of hollows. Okay. Mr. Carlos, good luck. Good luck, Mr. Carlos. Looking for a Ghost Rare, everybody. Okay, no luck. Slow and steady wins the race. This channel's freaking awesome. You know, one thing we've changed is we stream the daytime much longer than we used to. And I think that's playing a big role. We are. And the nighttime stream's a little bit shorter, maybe. Like the nighttime stream, it will sometimes be 4 hours long, but sometimes it's just like 3.5 or 3 hours long. So shifting more time toward the daytime, I think, has been successful. 2, 3. Not really supposed to be running until 7, though, to be honest with you guys. I should be done by 6. So what we should do with the daytime is start it earlier. We should be starting daytime at like 3:30 or something. Cold. Cold. These are brutal. I remember guys would open like exactly what you just did. They would open like 20. And if they didn't pull a Ghost Rare, they just donate the whole pile of hollows. And then I'd look at the pile of hollows and be like, well, if they don't want them, I don't want them. You know what I mean? I'd be We reconnected. We had some kind of disconnect for some reason. I'm sorry. You know, we actually run this on Wi-Fi recently, ever since my connector for the Ethernet broke. I should really get the connector back out. I bought a new connector, and I should start testing those out. I like it so much on the Wi-Fi. I like the Wi-Fi so much. Wi-Fi is awesome. But yeah, we just had a random disconnect, and I think that's just kind of what you get with Wi-Fi. Sometimes it randomly disconnects. You know, we had disconnections with the Ethernet cable too, though. Remember, I would slam the cord, and then the cord would get ripped out of the socket a little bit, and then it'd lose connection instantly. So it's just never quite perfect. We ought to get a setup with a camera that's not an iPhone and a computer, and then there's no chance of me bumping the computer. Well, no, that's not true. I move the computer around all the time. All right, no luck there. Please get the cable back. Yeah, if we get the cable back, technically we'll have a higher definition stream. So Mr. Mike Side wants the cable back. Hey, Mike Side, you should make a video out of yesterday's Pokepop pull from the daytime stream. Did you do that? I don't know if I didn't mark it because I should have, but I didn't. But yesterday we had a Pokepop pull. That'd be really fun to turn that one into a video, I think. All right, and there it is. Carlos Chaveras. Or should it? What do you guys think? You think Pokepop's too boring? talk to me about it in Discord, okay? Is it hard to submit your cards to PSA, or is it easy to have like GameStop do it for you? You can have GameStop do it for you, and they really offer a decent price. However, I got to say something. You're letting somebody who earns mostly minimum wage take your very valuable $1,000 cards, and he gets to handle them now. He gets to handle them. He gets to ship them. He does not really care about you or your cards. The GameStop employees do not get paid enough to treat you like you're very important. So it's kind of like, imagine you got diamonds and gold that you're dealing in, and you're sending in some diamonds for diamond appraisal, and you're handing it off to a minimum wage worker. You know, at that point, just learn to do it yourself. Just do it yourself is my advice. Or if you're going to have a middleman, pay him a little bit. You know, have a middleman who's experienced and gets paid a little bit, because you don't want somebody who's underpaid. It's like Alexis. I don't want to underpay Alexis because she's handling really valuable cards. I want her to like the job. So these guys, they don't get paid anything. They're minimum wage workers with no reputation. Their reputation doesn't matter. You don't know who they are. You don't know anything about them. And you hand off like, I don't know, could be like $2,000 worth of raw cards to them. And they're just supposed to not screw up, not steal them, not damage them, not lose them. They could do all those things, of course. And it's kind of a scary thing. The nature of Pokemon cards is just that, who do you want your gold dealer to be? You want him to be some minimum wage underpaid guy? You want your gold dealer to be some underpaid guy? It's just stupid. You know, it's not a good idea. So, but you can use GameStop and not take anything I said very seriously and just be like, whatever, bro, I'm going for it. And, you know, so, and their price is not that bad. So you go over there and go do that. And I think the majority of people will have success with it. But, you know, somebody's going to have their stuff stolen, damaged, lost, manipulated, swapped out, and you're going to feel it. It might not be you, but somebody, it's going to get somebody. I know it's going to get somebody. Carlos, I'm sorry, man. No ghost rares in this round. A lot of hollows. Dang, dude. I've never had an issue for submission so far. I say keep going for it then. All right, here's Mr. Carlos. You know, if it's saving your money and it's working. If it was me personally, though, I would just do it myself from home. That is the ultimate best way. Because, again, my theory is somebody's going to get killed by these guys. Somebody's going to put their cards in with GameStop, and GameStop employee is going to say, your cards, I think you mean my cards. And they're going to do something bad to your cards because there's too much money involved. It also depends on the caliber of cards you're submitting. You submit a couple modern, you know, holographics and full arts, who cares? You know, maybe it's up to $500. You're talking about the top, you know, premium cards you want to collect, vintage, maybe you got the absolute chase card pull, whatever you want. Why are you letting somebody else touch those cards first at GameStop? Why are you letting a minimum wage employee touch those cards? It's just a bad idea. I would do it if GameStop made a rule where they had to have a security camera watch that card get handled, and the employee is trained to know that that card is never allowed to leave the sight of the security camera. That's the only way I would do it. So if it was up to me, if I knew the card was never leaving the view of the security camera at any step, I'd be down for it. But if it actually leaves the view, like let's say they scan them in and they package them right in front of you and then they take it to a back office, bro, they can just cut the package back open and no one would know. No one would have to know. And those GameStops are very often not full of people. There's usually like one employee, maybe two employees. They got plenty of downtime. So, you know, they got plenty of time to screw around with your $1,000 card, $2,000. You want to like a Crown Umbreon, you want to submit that through GameStop? I wouldn't do that. So if you already know that that's in general a bad idea, why haven't you stopped and learned to do it yourself then? Just, you know, it's not that hard. It really isn't. I promise you, you can do it at home. It is. But middlemaning's convenient. Some people really don't want to learn. Some people trust middleman grading the most. They're like, you guys are pretty good at it. You do it. So I get all that. Oops, I wrote down 725 on this. If it was up to me personally, I would do it myself. Or if I'm going to go with it, I would go with some card shop that specializes in this kind of stuff, but not GameStop. GameStop's a corporation. They're like Walmart. Would you hand your Umbreon off to the cashier at Walmart? I wouldn't do it. It's nothing against the cashiers. It's just they have too much incentive to steal. They're not paid enough. They're underpaid. So I'm not handing my card off to an underpaid guy. It's just not a smart move. Unless it was like $200 of cards, then I don't know. Who cares? But yeah, not the top chase card. No way, dude. You minimum wage employees disgust me. They don't disgust me at all. No, I worked a minimum wage. I worked for Target and I worked for Sam's Club. I worked those jobs before. The incentive to steal is too high. It's too high. So I would send from your house to PSA's house. That's what I would do. Just straight to PSA. Just take a little learning. Take a weekend. Learn about it. It's not too hard. You can do it. Most people can do it. Yeah, GameStop. It's not a smart move. Not a smart move. Overall, I wouldn't make a habit of it. All right. What if Walmart started doing it? No way, dude. No way. Yeah, you wouldn't submit your diamonds for diamond grading through GameStop. So why would you submit your really expensive cards? Why would you submit your really, really expensive cards that way? Miss Six says, "Give me in the Lily as well." We're all done, guys. We are done with the daytime stream. I had a lot of fun. We're going to be back on for the late night stream tonight. The Friday late night stream. I won't miss it. I like Friday. Friday's a big day for me, so we don't miss Fridays. I'll be there. I hope you'll be there. We'll pick out maybe a giveaway card. Wait, we already have a giveaway card somewhere, don't we? There's some giveaway card somewhere. I don't know where it's at. We are. So be there for the late night stream. We have so many more slabs to price up, and this interesting Lily might sell tonight. See you later. We lost him, Tammy.